folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we return to Deep Purple. And this time we're going to look at a clip where Ian Gillan is not the vocalist. Yeah, this is going to be a performance of the song Burn, which happened, well, it says live in California. This was, yes, 1974. Of course, the song is on the album Burn, also came out in 1974. The difference in the band, David Coverdale on vocals. And in place of Roger Glover on bass, we have Glenn Hughes. And apparently this was on ABC. It was on television. So maybe it'll be a decent quality. So can I assume you've never seen this, Adrian?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
You know, I'm not even familiar with the song, I don't think. What about you?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. That's the thing, is we tended to pay attention, like everybody else, to the stuff done by Mach 2, which was the Gillan time period. So it's kind of cool to see what else they did. This is immediately after that era. So, all right, let's go ahead and check this out.
All right.
Wow, okay. Thoughts, Adrian?
Well, this is California Jam 1974, that's for sure.
Yeah, it must be, huh? I mean, when I saw that crowd shot, I'm like, oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, it probably is. Probably is.
Also the rainbow behind the stage kind of gave it away.
Yeah, I was noting that towards the end there. Like, wait a minute, I've definitely seen this before. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, I've seen other footage of the show too. This was like 30 years ago. I remember seeing Black Sabbath on that stage, California Jam 1974.
Sure, okay. Well, I believe it. So, what'd you think of the band itself now that there are changes in there?
The band, Coverdale can really hit the high notes.
Yeah, but you know what surprised me was Glenn Hughes also hitting high notes.
Yeah, he was also singing in that.
That had me confused at first because I was hearing high notes when it didn't look like David Coverdale was on the mic, and I'm like, "What's going on here?" And then we got the shot actually of Glenn Hughes singing, and I'm like, "Oh, I did not realize that he had that talent." Okay, very good.
Yeah. Also, I faintly recall the song now that we've heard it. Especially the main riff. I mean, I didn't know it was Deep Purple. In case there's anybody who doesn't know, or if anybody asks you what is rock and roll, point them towards this video. That'll help.
Yeah, that was pretty rock and roll. There's no question about it. That was the good
classic
stuff. According to this, I'm looking at the history of the band here on Wikipedia, and this is, of course, the beginning of the Mach 3 era. They almost just went on as a four-piece with Glenn Hughes as the bassist and lead vocalist. And I think he certainly could have done that job, and they actually looked at Paul Rodgers as possibly coming in from Free. But instead, he went on to Bad Company. So they got David Coverdale, and I think David Coverdale went on to create Whitesnake, actually, at some point. And he also played with Jimmy Page. They had an album together at some point. As a matter of fact, it was called Coverdale Page. I think I remember that, but I avoided it at the time. I smelled product. At the time, this is a time before you can actually hear the album before you play it. I mean, before you buy it. And so I was always a little nervous about that. I'm sure I missed out on a lot of things, but I was just like, no, I'm going to have to wait. And apparently it had mixed reviews. Then again, maybe everybody was expecting Led Zeppelin too. I don't know. Interesting. He is a very solid vocalist. There's no question. He sounded great to me. It's funny. I was reminded at one point, Gillan talked about a manager saying he had asked for a little bit more for a per diem, like just money that he gets every day to survive, because he was having trouble, like he couldn't buy any clothes. He was super poor at this point. And the manager said, "Don't ever ask me that again. And if you do, you're out of the band. I'll just kick you to the curb and get somebody else that sounds just like you." Like, actually, at that time, that was probably terrifying because there were vocalists that didn't sound unlike him. Gillan is an excellent vocalist, as we know.
That just sounds harsh.
Welcome to the music business, especially it's still pretty bad, but back then, not good. So anyway, yeah, I liked the track a lot. I've never heard that before. I should check out the Burn out. Maybe we should check out something else off the Burn album. Folks, why don't you let us know if you ever saw this version of the band, and if you have any favorite songs that they did. Maybe if we can find some video, that would be wonderful. Leave any suggestions like that below. All right. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See y'all later.